All right, in this unit, we'll be talking about elements of chemistry. So we look at various definitions. So in the entire unit, we'll be looking at the role that chemistry plays in science. We'll look at submicroscopic world, physical and chemical properties. How do we determine the physical and chemical properties of substances? We look at elements, how elements form compounds, and how we can name compounds. But in this specific lesson, we'll be looking at the first two items on this PowerPoint. All right, so what is chemistry? So if we were to define chemistry, we'll say chemistry is the study of matter and the transformation that it undergoes. For example, when you're cooking, you need so many ingredients. Okay, if you're baking cake, you need flour, you need water, you need sugar, right? When you mix all of this and you put that in an oven, you will see how matter changes from one form to another. So chemistry is all about studying how matter transforms from one form to another. For example, if you look at this image, you will see how matter is changing, how matter is changing from one form into another through the process of maybe melting. Okay, so this is the moon, right? This is an astronaut, and the flag of the United States was implanted up there. And all of this constitutes matter. So chemistry is a story of matter and the transformation that it undergoes. One thing about chemistry compared to other sciences is that chemistry is a central science. It's a central science, and what that means is that all the other sciences like physics, like biology, earth science, astronomy, they all incorporate chemistry in them. So understanding chemistry helps you to better understand all the other sciences because chemistry is part of it. There is just no field in science that you are going to successfully uh, go into without passing chemistry. So it's understanding chemistry is very, very important if you aspire to become or to pursue any career in science. Now, again, chemistry is a study of matter and the transformation that it undergo. Chemistry is a central science and it's also a material science. So when you look at all the building industry, like they study types of materials that are best for the construction of certain buildings. All of that is part of chemistry. What type of material do we use for concrete? What type of material do we use for roofs, for example? What type of material do we use for cars? All of those studies to find out what material is best for what situation. All of that constitute material science, which is a branch of chemistry. Most of the material items in any modern house are shaped by some human devised chemical processes. Okay. So if you look at a home like this one, you will realize that all of these materials, right, are all designed by chemical processes. So it's a material scientist that work every day to make sure that the materials that we use in construction or in any building process is the best based on research. Right. Again, those are the details of all the materials that we can have in the home. So more than 70% of all legislation placed before the Congress of the United States addresses science-related questions and issues. Okay. So collagen cross-link inhibitors that significantly reverse various aspects of aging have recently been discovered. Okay, that's just a situation you have to ponder about. So it's important to stay informed. A single grain of sand contains about 25 million trillion atoms. Can you imagine that? A single grain of sand. Imagine how small a grain of sand is. But they tell you that this grain of sand contains about 25 million trillion atoms. It's amazing. That's to tell you how small an atom is. I don't know if you've pondered about this figure, 25 million trillion. That's a very huge figure. Roughly 250,000 genes of this size contains about 25 million trillion grain of sand. Okay. Yet that's how many atoms there are in a single grain of sand. Okay. Another situation to ponder about. Are atoms made of molecules or are molecules made of atoms? You should be able to answer this question by the end of this unit, okay?